Hey guys, what's up? Don't mind that honking in the background. Just someone's car alarm going off in the parking lot. But I had to do this video. I got quite a few more pickups that I got over the past couple of weeks, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm really excited about this. It's something I've been waiting for the past 4 to 5 years to actually get the funds to get this, and I finally did. I said screw it. I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off when I got my taxes back, because my kids are more important to me than video games. Obviously anyone's gonna feel that way, but I got something in the mail today, which is a package, and I've been waiting and waiting. I know if you're watching this, Rob, you know exactly what it is and what I'm talking about, but I did cut the top open, but I didn't open this fully yet because I wanted to wait for the video. But basically what I did was I bought a Everdrive MD cart for the Sega Genesis, and I can now play. Well, before I get into it, let's try and open this sucker and take a closer look at it. Alright. So excited, man. I've been waiting 5 years for this, ever since I found out about, the flashcards. And there it is. I won't even take it out yet. I just gotta, again, my light's off. But there it is. Oh, man. There it is. Oh, I've been waiting and waiting for this. I just ordered this on Thursday of last week. It is now Monday, November 7th, I believe. Oh man, this looks awesome. I'm just really excited about this because I've been waiting and waiting, like I said, putting it off with my taxes because my kids come first. But I'm just amazed at this, that I finally got a flash cart in my hands. I said that I know I always say that I'm a Sega Genesis guy before Nintendo. That's because I grew up watching my older brothers play the Sega Genesis, and I had access to the Nintendo. I do like Nintendo. I have a strong love for it, but I'm not dissing Nintendo in any kind of way. I am a huge fan of Nintendo. I just like the Sega more better when it more better than I do like the Super Nintendo. I'm guessing the reason for that is because I got to experience a lot more video games on the Sega channel here. And basically, oh man, fuck, dude. I got it. I finally got an Everdrive. I always told myself the first Everdrive that I would get would be for the Sega, because I'm more of a Sega guy. And I know Randy Gallian's gonna appreciate this too, man. And I'm guessing the reason why this little mark right here, as far as this is a generic or pre-made casing for the cart or whatever, but the feel of this is like legit. I mean, here's what the cart looks like. Comparison side by side. Here's what it looks like on back. This is just to tell the difference that this is a refurbished one, or not a refurbished. I don't know why I said that, but a pre-made one or something like that of the sort. But I do plan on getting. I found out that you can get what was it? That you can get custom-made cases for Genesis games like this, and there's a transparent purple one I want to get, and I can also get a new label for the Everdrive, and that's what I'm going to do once I get the money when I get my taxes back or something. But out of all the shit that I've been going through this whole year, personally, if you follow me on my actual Facebook page, if I'm close to you as a friend and we're friends on Facebook, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to get into details because I'm not going to bring drama onto YouTube. That's for my personal life. But all of the bad shit that I've been going through this whole entire year up until now has been really severely bad wreck in my life. I mean, this is my what do you call it? Everybody has their own breakdown in their 30s or whatever, but I this is the year where I had mine, hopefully, and I just can't wait for this year to get over with. But this is one of the highlights that actually made me happy, forget about everything that's been happening to me, with me, health-wise, or in person, or anything like that. But I finally got an Everdrive. Alright, now what I'm going to do is we're going to cut it right now, cut to my commercial break, and then we're going to check this out. So stay tuned, stay with me. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Do unto others as others do unto you. New Vectorman 2, only on Sega Genesis.
Where do the stars of Sega Sonic 3 go when the game's over?
Sonic? Are you guys in there?
Hey, here's a hint. They're at McDonald's in the $1.99 Sonic 3 Hamburger Happy Meal. Sonic launches with a push of a button. Tails flies who knows how high. And Robotnik barely dodges disaster. There's even this sweepstakes thing where 10,000 lucky folks will win free Sonic 3 cartridges. So if you're still looking for Sonic and his friends,
I need to report a missing hedgehog.
take the kids to McDonald's, where what you want is what you get.
Alright guys, we got the Sega Genesis hooked up to a flat screen TV. The reason being is so when I record on a TV, I wanted to do this originally on a CRT TV in my bedroom, but it wasn't quite working out well with the screen and the camera and shit. So I decided to bring it out here to my flat screen so there won't be any problems. But as you can see, I do have the Everdrive inserted in right here. You guys can see that. So we're going to put it in the Genesis, and what we're going to do is we're going to power it on. There we go. And we're going to zoom all the way out. We're going to zoom in. There we go. And I got to turn my light from my phone off. There we go. Alright, one thing I do want to say about this, I haven't had any... Here, zoom out if I can. There we go. Haven't really had any issues with this that I've seen. The only thing is that I know you can have save stats or save states on here. I don't know how to do it. I messaged a guy and he told me he was going to do a video for me on how to make the saves and or whatever. But as you can see here, you got the menu, you got the play game, you have the select game. Basically what the play game is if you select a game to load up onto the Everdrive and you turn it off and you turn it back on and you go to play game, it's going to load up that game that you previously loaded on there before. So we're going to check out the toolbox. You have your save load SRAM on here. You can start, save to new file, save to file, load from SD. I'm guessing this has something to do with the saving and loading games and stuff. Device info, which tells you the operating system version, firmware version, file system, console region, etc., etc. And it can also detect whether or not you have the CD-ROM, well, Sega CD hooked up or not. SPI speed test, I have no idea what that is. We're testing it right now. Speed kilobits, not bad. I had the choice to update the OS. I had to download the update file from Crick's website, and you have your about, which is, it tells you the Everdrive MD flash cart, developed by Igor, whatever his last name is. I'm not going to butcher it. This is assembled in the UK. When I put the memory card inside of my PC, I noticed that when I was reading the user manual that this is an official Everdrive cart from Stone Age Gamer. Like I said before, I ended up only paying like $65 for this. Normally, to get this cart assembled the way it came, it originally would probably be about $108 to $120. I came with the SD card with everything preloaded onto it, which was really nice because then all I had to do was plug and play basically. But yeah, that's the toolbox, and you got your cheats here. You can enter your Game Genie codes, just like you would on the original Game Genie. You can load your Game Genie codes, which means you can put .text files onto the memory card and have a little separate folder called Game Genie codes, and you can load them up through here, kind of like I did. I had the GG, right here codes, and then as you can see, I have Aladdin. I only tried it out with Aladdin last night, and all you do is hit start, and then you hit start again to load up that game. Once it's preloaded onto, basically what you do is you find the game you want to play that you want to cheat in. For example, Aladdin, which you can see I have some of the codes already on here for Aladdin, and you load it up, and then you go to play game. You let the game flash onto the actual board. Once the game is finished and it goes to the menu for Aladdin, you turn it off, you turn it back on. Then you go to the Game Genie section, type in the codes you want, or if you have them preloaded onto the SD card, do what I just did right here, and then you just press start, and it will load into the actual game. I will give you guys a demonstration for that here in a little bit. But I want to finish showing you guys some of the cool features on here. Now the options has the hard reset. Hard reset basically, as far as I understand, when hard reset is on, if you load a game and you want to go back to the actual Everdrive menu, you hit reset, it'll bring you back to the menu, and if it's off, like it says here, it'll just go back to the game that you preloaded onto the board that you flashed, and just bring back to that menu. And Genie 3 mode is, I'm guessing since some of the games aren't playable on the Genesis 3, this will help make it possible, maybe. Let's see, the SRM auto backup I turned on for game saves, and region free you always want to have on in case you want to try out that Japanese game or that European game or whichever. Then you can go to select game, then here's all your options right here. You have the 32X. I have the 32X library on here. You can only play these if you have the 32X adapter. I do have one. I just don't want to. I know where it's at. I mean, I can dig it out if I want to, but I'm not going to look for the wires because that's just going to be too much of a hassle going through a couple of boxes and stuff. But here you have, the whole library for the 32X. This is your free CD BIOS, which means you can load up the European, the USA, Sega CD system, and Japanese, and all that other stuff. Then you have your Genesis Hacks and Homebrew. I put this folder. I customized this folder myself. This folder was not on the SD card. I had to create it, and I put some hacks and homebrews on here for me to try out. Angry Birds, Bunny Rabbit, and Sonic the Hedgehog, Robotnik's Revenge, which is a really fun, challenging Sonic the Hedgehog game. I recommend it. Sally Acorn and Sonic the Hedgehog. If you've watched Sonic the Hedgehog, the cartoon series, growing up like I did, you'll know who Sally Acorn is and Bunny Rabbit. I got Sega Channel demo cartridge and a Sega Channel fix or something like that. We'll get into that later on. This is like Galaga, Genesis version of Galaga somebody made. They actually made a Star Fox demo for the Sega Genesis, which is kind of really not playable. This is another fan hack. It's called Sonic PP, which is pixel perfect. Another Sega Genesis homebrew game that I recommend anybody to try out if they're a huge Sonic fan. I have Streets of Rage 2 featuring the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's really fun. It's basically, Streets of Rage 2, but you got the Turtles to play with. It's badass. So we're going to go back, and then, I have the Sega Genesis USA ROMs in here. I have approximately over 2,300 games loaded onto the SD card. So, never get really bored. So yeah, you got that, and then you have the N through Z, and then you have your Game Genie codes, and you have the Sega Mega Drive, which is, European, Japanese, and all that jazz, which is basically the same thing up here, but this has more to choose from. And then you got the Sega Master System. This can also play Sega Master System games, no problem, without the power-based converter. It's really fun. I also have all the complete library to the Sega Master System games. And system file information, blah blah blah, console support. This is all stuff you can read on the PC. And let's see. Let's load up a few games here. Let's try them out. So I'm gonna go to the Mega Drive since there's more to choose from. And we're gonna try out. You know what? I'll show you guys Aladdin. Hold on, we'll go to here. I'll load up Aladdin on here. Now what it does when it says erase, it means it's erasing the previously loaded game on here to flash the board with the game I just chose, which is Aladdin. And you'll see the loading screen right here. And you can see it start to slowly loading up right here. It takes a few seconds, probably like 5 seconds to 30 seconds at most, depending on the game and how big that file is. There we go. Forgot to mention, this video is also brought to you by Surge. I love Surge. Now see, I got the menu right here, and to show you that I'm actually playing it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to load the Game Genie cheats on here. Since this game is now flashed onto the board, onto the EverDrive board, I'm going to power it off. I'm going to turn it back on. We're going to go down to not select game. We're going to go to cheats. We're going to go to load Game Genie cheats. And we're going to go to Game Genie codes. And you see the .text file right there. The reason why it says .text is because I thought I would have to convert a rich text document into a .text file, which I think Notepad is automatically considered a text file, or the rich text document is automatically a text file. So I ended up typing in .text twice. So don't worry about having to do that. You don't have to do it. It automatically saves it as a .text. So what you want to do is you can't press A. So you're going to press start, and all these codes are preloaded onto the text file. You want to press start again, and it'll patch it. It takes a couple of seconds. Doesn't take too long. It's already done. When it says done 0, ROM patching 21, I think normally it's 21, you want to press B again, and go to play game. Some of the codes on here that I have for Aladdin is invincibility and 99 gems, and I can't remember what the other ones were. But this is one of my all-time favorite games on the Sega Genesis. One of the best. As you can see at the bottom, right here, I have 99 gems. I'll also have infinite apples as well, as it does not decrease. So and infinite health to show you that it works. Right here is your health, and it's not decreasing. So it's a really good, it's a really nice feature to have on this benefit. I mean, if you just want to play through the game without dying and beat it, because you couldn't ever beat it before, you don't need, the nice thing about this is you never need actual games, you need to get codes on here. But yeah, the EverDrive that I got, it's called the EverDrive MD. I have never had any problems with it running slow, any glitches. You know, I mean, as you can tell, the sound's flawless. There are a few games that you cannot play on here. Games including like the... Here, let me turn up a little bit. There we go. You can't play Virtual Racing, obviously. You can't play, I was told, any Mega Man games. I think you might be able to play the Willy Wars. Maybe. I haven't tried it out yet. But I've tried out like the hacks for Mega Man 1, 2, 3 and Mega Man X for Genesis, and they have not worked. But let's see. All the other games I have tried on here have successfully worked. And I also believe that you can also create your own codes for any game. But I have no idea how to do that. I always told myself if I were to ever get an EverDrive, it's going to be for the Sega, because I'm a bigger fan of Sega than I am Nintendo. But do not get me wrong, I have a special kind of love in my heart for Nintendo. But I'm just a bigger Sega fan than I am a Nintendo. And at the beginning of next year, by the end of the first quarter, I expect I'm going to be getting the rest of the flash carts for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and N64 and TurboGrafx. And I'll also be doing unboxing videos of those and reviews. Alright, enough of this. Alright. Gotta drink that surge, man. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to select a different game to play. Let's see, what's... We'll go to Contra Hardcore. Like I said, it erases the previous round, which was Aladdin, that's on the board right now. And then it loads up Contra Hardcore, which is, you know, doing it right now. There we go. I highly recommend getting one of these if you just want to play games that you can't afford to play, or you know, I mean, because you know, collecting for the Sega Genesis, 32X, and Master System can get pricey. And if you're like me, you don't really want to pay them steep prices for games. This is one of the ways to go. I'll be Fang. There we go. I mean, like I said, this plays flawlessly. I don't have any problems with it. Haven't had any problems with it. I don't have any complaints. The only thing is that I don't really know how to save games at the moment. And as you guys can see, I totally suck at this. Let's try one more time, quick. I don't mean to make this video too long. There we go. Oh shit, I didn't see him there. What the hell? I thought I had a fucking armor thingy or whatever. I guess not. But yeah, as you can see, I totally suck at this game. So we're gonna I'll try one more game, and then I'll show you guys one of the homebrew games on here. I have not stopped playing this since I received it. I mean, it looks pretty decent on my flat screen TV, but I'm probably gonna most likely end up getting a SCART for my Genesis. But I mean, I'd rather honestly play this on my older TV, give it more of that retro feeling. What I used to have when I was growing up. But as you can see, this works perfectly. Basically, it's not really emulation as you're playing it on the original hardware. You're just you're flashing ROMs onto an actual Genesis board. So that does not mean it's still, you know, legal or whatever to do. I mean, only if you own the games, but I mean, if they're too expensive for me, then this is the only way I gotta play them, and that's what I'm gonna do. All these games will play like the original, like the full games, so I can sit down and play any game I want through the whole and beat the whole game, which is really nice. But yeah, I'll show you one of the homebrew ones, and that'll probably be it for this video, since it's already going on like 23 minutes. Let's see. Select game, Genesis Hex. I'll show you guys the Streets of Rage 2 featuring the Turtles. This is a pretty fun beat 'em up. whoever did this hack, you know, I mean, did a pretty good job on making the turtles available in the Streets of Rage game. By the way, if anybody knows of any good hacks or homebrew games for the Sega Genesis, let me know in the comments section, and I'll go check them out, and I will also do a review on them as well, and give you and credit the person who recommended me to play that game. It'll be wiki. There we go. A raft. Check it out. Turtles in the actual Streets of Rage game. How cool is that? And they actually have each of their own special moves, which is pretty sweet. So whoever did this hack took their time with it. Just wish I had a couple of friends locally that would sit down and play this game with me all the way through. What the hell? Why is he invisible? He's like literally invisible. That's funny. I ain't even mad. There we go. Yeah, for some reason the pipes and anything you pick up weapon-wise doesn't really show him using it. But honestly, that's not a problem with me, because I mean, I like playing this game with the turtles. As you can see, this dude's freaking annoying the hell out of me. Normally, it doesn't really glitch like that. I don't know what the deal is. There we go. But anyway, this has been my review of the Sega Genesis Everdrive MD. I hope you guys liked the video, and go check out let me pause it real quick and get my phone, because I told the guy that I bought this from that I would give him a shout out, and this guy's a really good dealer on eBay, in my opinion. I know you can get these carts elsewhere for cheap, but I wanted to make sure that mine was a legit copy from Stone Age Gamer, and I got this at a decent price. But if you ever are interested, go check out, let me load it up here quick, Classic Games Alive on eBay, and I'll show you what they sell real quick. They also sell transparent, different colored NES shells, replacement shells, and they also have a adapter, Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo, And they have the EverDrive 64 on there. They have the Super UFO Pro 8 for the Super Nintendo, which is also an EverDrive cartridge, which I plan on making that my next purchase. And I also plan on getting the EverDrive 64 from these guys as well. And you know, the other EverDrives as well. But anyways, if you want, guys, check this guy out on YouTube. He's really cool. And he'll hook. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Sorry about the little cutout. My camera basically stopped recording because I can only record in HD for so long. But anyway, like I said, thanks for watching, tuning in. This has been my review of the Sega Genesis Everdriv MD. I highly recommend getting this if you're basically you don't really want to pay the high-end prices for the Sega games and you want a cheaper way to play it. It's worth the price. I only paid about $65 total for this, and they got here within 3 days. It's very fast shipping. Check the guy out. Link will be down below. Anyways, it's been Cynical Enigma saying keeping it retro 90s style, signing off.